Welcome to APG Brisbane 2016.
Thanks very much, Dean. It's going to be a great sale, I think. There's a lot of people here and there's a lot of beautifully presented horses from all the studs.
Let's start with your horses. How big's your team and are you excited about the quality?
Well, of course, every stud thinks its quality is the best, but one of the things that we do as a stud is we select the mares. We only breed from very good quality mares and producing mares. We cull them out if they're not going to do the job properly. And, of course, the main part of our draft is Mr. Feelgood, and he speaks for himself.
Your country up there at Toowoomba, do you want to give the folks at home a rundown of how good a horse country it is?
Well, I think the whole Darling Downs is very, very good horse country. It's got that limestone in it, and also the flint rock, which keeps the hoofs and everything nice and neat and tidy. But, we got 1,800 acres there, don't have a lot of horses. It's well looked after. Pete Bell does a fantastic job of maintaining it. We've put a lot of dams in this last year. We're going to try and make the property drought proof so that we'll have sufficient water. And we put the dams in and we're also putting some bores in. So we think that we'll have it totally drought proof this year.
Kevin, on the positive side of things, APG are really committed to Brisbane with the $100,000 race series. What's your view on that?
Well, I think it's a great boost for racing generally. I mean, it's a great thing for Queensland to have the $100,000 race, but interstate buyers can come here and it's an added bonus for them. They get the $100,000 race they can contest at no extra cost, and not only do they get the $320,000 from APG, but it's a bonus on top of that again.
Kevin, you're a bit better connected than me. Grace wouldn't come and talk to me on camera. Can you give me a bit of a rundown of what's happening with Q-Bred and your take on it, please?
Yeah, look, everyone is critical of politicians, there's no doubt about that. But I think Grace is certainly trying for the whole racing industry, not harness racing, but the whole racing industry. And I think she's making every effort to see if she can make all the codes so that they can stand on their own 2 feet. They have given us $5,000 for every 2 and 3-year-old race for one win as a bonus. And there will be a 2 and 3-year-old series for the horses out of this sale. So that's quite good. That's quite a step in the right direction. And of course, as an industry, we're always working to try and improve the position.
Kevin, I read the other day that some close to 40 horses have gone south to Menangle. What's your take on that, and is that a concern?
Yeah, it is a concern. Any horses leaving the state just creates some fragility of the horse numbers here locally. But I think with what we're doing at the present time, I think those horses will return fairly quickly and come back and participate in the racing. And I think that we'll stem the flow of horses, and I'm quite confident that the economics of the industry will get back on track fairly quickly.
Now I need a tip. Which is the best filly in your stable?
Well, the best filly in the stable, unfortunately, is not for sale. That's the Tory Maguire filly by Mr. Feelgood, but you wouldn't believe it. It's had a knock on its back leg, and it's got OCD in the hindquarters, and we're going to get it operated on first thing tomorrow morning. What I've done is I believe in integrity is the most important thing in racing, and particularly in sales. I will not sell it. I'll bring it to the sale for sale. I won't sell it today. We'll operate on it tomorrow morning. If the operation is successful, register your name with the Australian Gold people, and we'll have it for sale as soon as we get a clearance from the vet that everything's okay.
Mr. Feelgood caught my attention. He's a stunning looker. He's got a brother that's doing the job. What can you tell us about him?
Which one's that?
I'm going to go with
Magic Emotion. Magic Emotion. He's had a great family. It's a family we've won a lot of races with, and has been a great producing family. He's a lovely colt. Should do the job for anyone who buys him. He's very reasonably priced. I think we've only got about 13,000 reserve on him. So if he sells at that price, he'll make great value.
Just to final up, how was the season as far as your 2 stallions that served? Are you happy, and what do the numbers look like?
Oh yeah, I mean, look, we're ecstatic about the numbers. We're not in this game to make a huge profit. What we'd like to do is give people the opportunity of breeding economically, and we've done that with Mr. Feelgood the last 2 seasons. I mean, we advertised him for service this year at $2,500. and I think just about everyone we charge $12.50, which is 50%. The previous year, as you know, we didn't charge a service fee, just charged a handling fee. And this year, all up, I think we got well over 200 mares to Mr. Feelgood and about 60 or 70 to our other horse, Hurricane King Cole.
Yeah, he's a very strong-looking horse, isn't he?
Hurricane? Yep. Hurricane is a fantastic horse. I didn't know this, but Luke McCarthy and Andy McCarthy told me that, in their opinion, he was one of the fastest horses they'd seen in the States. The owner told me, and I said, oh yeah, that's what all owners say, but both Andy and Luke have seen him racing in the States, and they said he's just got sensational speed.
I can verify that. He was timed with a computer chip about 1:46 and 1 or 2, is that correct?
Wouldn't be far wrong. No, he's the sort of horse that I think that will breed speed into our young horses here. I'm very enthusiastic about him. I think I bred 15 mares to him this year, so I'm quite convinced that he'll transfer that speed into our younger horses. And if you think of what we're all about racing these days is 2- and 3-year-olds to get the maximum prize money, I think he'll do a fantastic job.
He's not scared of snakes either, is that right?
He's not scared of snakes. Well, you know the story, of course. He got bitten by a snake. We were so fortunate that we found it within half an hour of being bitten, gave him the anti-venom, and of course he pulled through fine. But gee, that's a real problem for us. Bringing a horse out from America has never seen snakes before, and the problem was that he was down sniffing it and looking at the snake in the ground, and of course the snake bites them on the nose. That's where most of the horses get bitten, because they're curious, they don't know what that is, and an American horse, never seen it, wouldn't know what a snake was. So look, we're very lucky.
Kevin Seymour, thank you for your time.
You're more than welcome.